Welcome back to Imagination Station Network, and again, the day we're blessed with another great creative. Thomas.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming through. Thomas has drove all the way through from Glasgow. So see all yous that are thinking of coming on the show and yous are saying it's too far away. Thomas has made the drive, man. Thanks for coming.
Never too far away to be creative.
Exactly.
Never.
And how are you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling good. When I walked in the place, I instantly had a good vibe because the lights, the colours, the boardroom's amazing.
Brilliant. And that makes me happy.
And the coffee's good.
And don't forget, well, we need to ask your man about the tea because you're a coffee drinker.
I'll not tell you what I used to say about tea because it's inappropriate.
But like I say, I always want people to know how you feeling when you come because not everybody's doing all right. But thanks.
But see, the thing is, at least you asked, and do you know what? I'm the type of person that'll tell you. See if I'm not feeling good, I'm going to have to tell you.
Because a lot of folk will just roll on it and go, I'm all right. You're lying, you're kidding yourself on.
But you're really all right.
Nah. You know, you see, Bruce Lee did an interview and he said, never tell yourself horrible things because your body doesn't know any difference.
No. And physically it affects you.
It does, man, because your mind is connected. We've rushed it. Let me slow it down a wee bit because I have a busy brain, man. And let's not lie, this is our second time filming this because James didn't do it. Beauties are used to it anyway.
You did film it, it just ran speed.
We filmed it, it just, the time-lapse mode, so we were gone 500 miles an hour, but that's all right. But you came through and we found you, I found you on TikTok and I was like, man, that guy, you look interesting. And I deliberately don't know anything, I can't say that now that we've already been through it once, but
you
I didn't know anything you did. And I thought, you make a great podcast, and I reached out, man, and you greatly accepted.
Yep. See, sometimes things happen for a reason. Yeah. And I just accept that. Now, if you'd have been a picture of you standing with an axe in your hand, I might have had my doubts. But, however, you were a nice character, if you like.
Good, man.
You were a nice, you generated a nice influence on me, so I thought, why not? Good. All I had to do worry about was getting here. I did look up the buses and the trains and I went, that's no good. Well, so when I asked my cousin, Michael, thank you.
Big up, Michael.
Thank you.
I'll find out how you like to TF it, but I have a plan B as well. Like, Jan's always, so we always drive through as well. Yeah. So I would have had a wee plan B, but cheers for coming, man. It's
my pleasure.
It's nice, you made my day saying that. I like people to come into our environment and see how bright colours and how...
It's just so refreshing. Do you know how you get through a door one of these big stores, you get blasted with that heat?
Nice warm, aye.
Well, this is similar to that, but you just get blasted with that good energy as you come in the door.
Let me pause this and message Jan, get that heating off in there.
Get heating off. I can't afford that. But you're blessed with that good feeling when you come in the door, which sets it up for you.
Of course it does, and you're the same. We've sat here shooting the breeze for a wee bit, and it's like, you're a comfortable person to be around as well, because us creatives can be closed off, and the Imagination Station Network exists because certain creatives and people have treated me nasty. So I thought, it can't all be like that.
No, you just got to find your tribe, as you say.
Exactly, find your tribe, man, and it's nice. It's a great wee setup we've got here, and everybody, maybe bar a couple of yous who have came on, have been like yourself, genuinely free, because it's all about the sharing the knowledge and the key stuff about how you as a creative got to here. And it's the same. If we don't share that, then how are the people behind the couches going to know?
You've got to pass it on.
Exactly.
Because it's like anything else in the world. How did that bricklayer learn to do that bricklaying? Because the old bricklayer showed them how. And
giving it away is exactly the key.
Learned experience.
Exactly. I wasn't always an artist either. I didn't always do these things that I did.
I used to get embarrassed calling myself an artist, whether it be musical or painting, because people, I'm going to be brutally honest, if people tell you you're shite long enough, you'll believe it.
You do, 100%, including yourself.
Aye, and sometimes you've got to step up and go, no, I'm not, and you've got to fight back. And I think that's what I've had to learn to do. The last couple of years has not been a great experience. Right. I've had all sorts of diagnoses of Parkinson's. I was in a relationship I should never have been in, stuff like that. But it's still my life, and it's still worth living. and it's still worth passing on to other people.
It is. Even just sitting talking to you for the last wee while we did. Like, I don't have many people that I can say that are the same as me. You know, we gelled because our creative journeys, much as it being different, aren't they really that different?
No.
You know, like how I got here doing this is the exact same. And if you want to tell what you, and it's your story to tell.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you'd have told me I'm sitting here today and I've creative stuff a day, I used to do painting, but I'm going to try and go back there and find something else that I can do a different way. Just because of some of the symptoms of Parkinson's involves you holding brushes. You wouldn't like me to do your fine lines in your car, I'll tell you. People say to me, "Is he waving at me?" But I like to take the mickey at it.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Because I remember writing when I'd done a blog when I first got diagnosed, saying, you know, I'm thinking about changing my job because I was a gardener. I worked with plants and stuff. It was great.
Nice.
Plants never let me down, ever.
Never talk back.
Never talked back. See, there I've been doing a tangent.
Although some of the plants spiked, man.
Although some of them are a bit spiky.
Aye.
But I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, you were saying about how... I think I've forgotten. Oh, you were saying about...
When I got diagnosed and I was doing a vlog, and I said in the vlog, I'm thinking about changing my job. I'm either going to go to McDonald's doing milkshakes because of the shaking, or paint mixing and B&Q. And a guy actually sent me a message on, it was a blogger then, saying you can't say things like that. I mean, who can he? He says, you're taking down people that are disabled. I says, it's my Parkinson's, I can do what I want.
I get it too, man.
You know, I take them, I could, like humour, it's west of Scotland,
Of course,
dark
man.
humour.
But humour is like, people are too busy getting involved in other people's business, man. Stay out it.
Stay out it. If I'm happy to say things about me.
And it's like, okay, we'll talk like the room laughing way, you know, like all that stuff. But, you know, like I laugh because when I go to the post office and like I move and click and dance, and the wee woman is always like, the wee old woman will say, "Are you dancing?"
It just reminds me of seeing it, was that one with the strippers?
What one?
The one with the guys. I think Robbie Carlyle.
Oh, and the working age, the whole...
That's why my brain works all the time.
Robert Carlyle's a great actor. We should know that's Phil Monty.
Phil Monty.
Phil Buster.
The son of queue in the post office like Phil Monty.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes that's what it's like. Some move from side to side.
Well, I understand. Although I don't have tics, I understand. Yeah. I was in a post, and that's funny you should say that. The shop round the corner from me is a post office, and I was in. And this lassie was behind me. She went, "Oh, somebody had a good night last night," because she seen my hand shaking.
Tremors.
Well, that's at the one time. Rather than go, "That's a terrible thing to say," I said, "No, it's Parkinson's, and this is what it does to my body. I don't drink alcohol. I haven't drank alcohol for 20 years." And that's what it. And this is what started me on. Do you like that wee look there? This is what started me off in my creative journey. When I got sober 20 years ago, because my life was a bit of a mess then. I'd been through bullying as a child in school. I'd been through one-parent families. My father walked away when I was like 9. Never seen him. Don't know what he looks like. He's dead now. Grew up in a system where we were poor. We didn't know we were poor until somebody tell us. But anyway, all these things made me what I'm on, set me in my life. And then one day I just collapsed. You know, I was at the call, there's a name of burnout. I was burnt out, and that's it. And I got sober, and I started, what am I going to do with my life? Well, I got sober for a reason. So I started writing music, started a band.
Brilliant.
And it's just evolved, and I can't believe it now, sitting here thinking about it, because sometimes you don't sit back and think about it enough.
You're right, man.
What have I done? I've sang in places like Glasgow Hydro, Barrowlands, Portugal, places in Portugal.
Nice, man.
All over the place. You know, and it's hard to comprehend. Say if I was to write a book about my life, a lot of swear words in it, but...
Hey, man, that's... like, even the swearing, man, like, if you get offended by it, fair enough, man. But it's the words there for a reason.
I mean, I'm not using it to be offensive.
Yeah, no,
I'm using it as punctuation.
Exactly. That's how we talk. It's like we add an S onto the end, like yous, and I'm always getting into bother for it. I'm always adding yous on it, and I'm like, Aye, and even when I write my books, my editor's like that. Put an S on the end of that. Say, for the West
Do you not
Coast,
think
man.
sometimes, but
You need to change that in the dictionary.
the way people say things can annoy other people?
Aye, it's like,
And
like
you go,
and
well,
you
it's
don't,
their dialect.
exactly.
Because their dialects change every 25
Of course
miles.
it does, and that will not even go
No, I was...
into why. But
Aye, the least said about that, the better.
aye,
One phrase I hate is "I appreciate you."
oh right.
I appreciate the act you
Appreciate
done.
what?
It's an Americanism, isn't it?
But back to the hydro. What were we doing in the hydro?
I was in the Hydro twice. First time it was just when it opened. The choir done the opening night it was mostly for all the people at Baltic and their families, and so there was like 8,000. It was only 8,000 there.
Only 8,000.
Only because there's more to come.
Oh, you took a clean set of drawers with you.
And well, to be honest, I wasn't supposed to be singing as in a solo. I was only supposed to be a part of the tenor section then. And we went up on the stage, and just as I was walking up the stage, the musical director says to me, we're asked to sing for another 3 minutes, so you're singing Mary's Prayer.
Wow.
And I had to go up and sing it unrehearsed, even though I did rehearse it all the time. Unrehearsed, I didn't know I was going to be singing. So that was an experience. And then we sang with Hugh Jackman, his world tour, because he started his world tour in Glasgow.
Wow.
We've done 3 nights and a day job in the Hydro, and then we done 3 nights at Birmingham. What an experience that was. I'll tell you, the guy that runs your choir, and I need to give him a shout out.
Shout him
Tommy Chambers,
Tommy.
Sensational Community Choir. We're one of the best choirs, and I don't say this lightly, in Scotland, because he pushes us to get the best out of us.
Yeah.
We went in to get, they brought the musical director. Now, you were talking about a Hollywood musical director coming out here, and he says, right, into the dressing room, we brought a piano in. He says, bring me a piano in. Started playing the song. He says, right, sing what you're supposed to be singing. They started playing it. Stopped. He says, take the piano away, let's go to stage. That's a great accolade.
That is, and to put you on there and give you that opportunity, man.
But that's all down to Tommy for that.
Well done,
we
Tommy.
put the work in, but he guides us.
Yeah, the world needs more Tommies. You don't need that person that's going to put.
Tommy started the choir because he was having mental health issues, and that's how I got through it. 15 years now.
Well done, Tommy. Man.
We've been up and down, but in numbers, you know what I mean? But we've done some amazing things.
Where can they find the choir?
Find it online. We've just got to go to Sensational Community Choir.
Sensational Choir. Sensational.
Google Sensational Choir or Sensational Community Music.
But back to Hugh Jackman. You wouldn't believe this, but Hugh Jackman is the. Excuse me, it's a big bold statement here. Hugh Jackman's the reason why I do all this. That is, I'll rein it back a wee bit. The song The Greatest Showman, A Million Dreams, is the reason why I do all this. I heard it as soon as I got sober, because I'm nearly 6 years clean and sober. And I heard that it was the first week I was sober, and The Greatest Showman, and the words in there just hit me like a ton of bricks. And then I started to create all this.
It's funny that, innit? That's how a song can evoke. And another connection, the song that evoked me, that Hugh Jackman was doing on his world tour, was for an American play called Dear Evan Hansen.
Right.
And it's called You Will Be Found. Listen to it, it's a great song.
I'll need to write that down before you go.
I'll text you.
If you listen to it and then find it, drop a wee
You Will
message
Be
in the
Found,
comments,
it's a great song.
I like that. Do you know, like words have a big, deep resonance with me, man. Like it always has done. Like words and how people talk to you as well is a big thing. Not just as a creative, but it's important that people. What's the word?
Well, I'll tell you, for me, the important thing is how people listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I come in the door and I started speaking to you, you were listening to what I was saying. You want to try to get a point across, you want to try to get your ulterior motive, we bantered about.
Yeah, there's so much commonality, and there's no malice. Like Imagination Station Network exists because the creative world wasn't as nice to me. And you know, if you're watching this and you're one of them, you should be ashamed of yourself. But thank you, because now we created all of this and got a podcast where amazing folk like yourself, Thomas, can come on, talk to us about Hugh Jackman, talk to us about the great achievements, in the hope that somebody somewhere out there watches it. I hope somebody's watching it, but gets it.
Well, that's
comes
fair
out
enough.
from behind the couch, man, and goes, you know what? I want to be a singer.
Aye. Well, I want to be a singer because I seen all the George Michaels and
Brilliant.
no Wham, after Wham.
Yeah, yeah.
I hasten to add. But I'm the only singer in my family. Well, this is not actually accurate. My granny, Michael and me's granny, was a professional singer.
Right.
They'd done the music halls. Her and her sister, Auntie Mary. So my mum was like, well, your granny would only seen that you could sing now.
Brilliant.
But she didn't last long enough to see it. But it's in the family, you know.
And it's when you give yourself permission as well. I hear a lot of people coming sitting on the couch and going, see, once I gave myself that permission to stop listening to folks saying.
I get lost. I get lost in music.
Good for you, man.
I just get lost in that vibe of being me. Do you know?
What's the musical journey? How did it begin?
It began as usual. What most people would do was covers bands. Doing stuff like All Right Now and the Cowboys song and U2 Bad, that sort of thing. And then it evolved. I just get to the stage I was like, I want to write songs. I don't know why I wanted to write songs. Suppose it was the same with you with books.
Yeah.
I just wanted to write songs. I wanted to be a songwriter. I wanted to write about stuff. And then I thought, how do you write a song? I just listened to other people's songs and say, how does that sound? And I was getting right into things like, excuse me, how they put their songs together.
Yeah.
How they started it, how they finished it. What's
Because
that wee bit there?
Tough, isn't it? Do you know how David Bowie did his? He used to write and then cut them out.
Oh, right.
And then,
I'd heard that and throw them on the table.
Throw them on the table.
I usually come in with a story. I come in with a basic story, right? No, I spoke to you about this in the fast forward one.
The chipmunk one.
I was at a conference, and it was an AA conference, and one of the lasses that was with us wiped a tear out of my eye, and it caused me to write a whole song of Nobody Makes Me Feel Like You Do. It was the first song I ever wrote. And the reason I wrote it is because I felt all right, I felt alive, and I hadn't felt that for a long time. And the fact that somebody simply just wiped a tear from your eye, mean they care about you.
It's the connection, isn't it?
They didn't see it. It wasn't actually a greeting tear, it was just a tear, dry eye syndrome sort of thing. But the fact that I was like a human being, we were talking about it earlier on. I went away on my own for the very first time to Oban. I love Oban.
So do we big up Oban? We're coming this year.
And I was terrified, I was petrified because I was on my own. I had no family around about me. And I'm my first time, so I was a year and a half sober. What am I doing? I'm sitting in the hotel room going, what am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? I didn't know why I was doing it. And I ended up saying, right, I'm going to end up in a pub. I know I'm going to end up in a pub. I'm going to go and get a fish supper. And as I walked out the front door of the hotel, I got a text message from one of my pals in the AA, and it said, you're no longer alone.
Brilliant.
Changed my whole option. Went and got a fish supper, went to bed, got up the next morning, went to Iona, stood up on the top of the hill at Iona. I've won.
But see if you're in recovery, you'll get that. And see if you're not in recovery, if you want it, you'll get that.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
To have that moment.
Have that moment now you've fought the battle, and
that's
you've not won the war.
Nah.
Don't kid yourself.
Nah.
Every day you have to be really vigilant. I had to be really brutal with my friends. I got rid of them all, all the ones that were in the team, because a lot of them were just
Hangaroonies.
Hangaroonies.
Everybody likes that. Hangaroonies.
Drinking buddies. They don't really care about you. Just want to know when your wages are going in.
And people are always saying it. People are like, oh, and how do you know it? Because I don't profess to know what people are thinking, but I can see people, and they're like, how do I say? It's because I used to be one.
Aye.
And I'll not mention. I'm trying not to swear, but that's how I know. Because I used to be one, and like you say, my circle's small. It's actually not a circle. It's a square. That square is the four people, my four pals.
I'm not graduated at a square yet.
All right, that.
Is that where you got the idea for that?
Well, the idea of the square is because my mum's no longer living and she never got to see me get clean and sober and do all this. So my name's James Alexander Gaffney in art, and I'm born in 1982. So that's the connection, and that's the square. We needed four people. The actual logo used to be a square, and then I had a 10-year plan, and as soon as I hit the 5-year plan, I tilted it.
Good.
Aye, so
It's a progression.
it is, but do you know, everything makes sense when I got clean and sober. I can't
course.
explain that enough. Like, everything, can't I say everything that's a bold statement, Jamesy boy. most things started as soon as I gave myself permission for what I wanted. Like I'll go and do a book, and you're right. Like I didn't have the people there running about me going, "You can't do that."
Yes.
There's the key moment.
Yeah.
Like giving yourself the permission and going, "How can I not do that?"
Yeah.
I made mistakes.
It's funny that, I remember, this is going to sound crazy, but this is just as you mentioned it. I used to get Provi checks.
Yeah,
right?
Provi
I used to pay the Provi
Good
woman.
man.
So I was in my room one night with a microphone and a keyboard and stuff, and she said to me, the Waynes opened the door, my kids opened the door. My daughter comes and says to the Provi woman, so I'm in to pay her, and she went, don't give up a day job. And I was like, it's a bit negative. But I wonder how she felt when she saw me
Aye.
coming out the stage at the opening of the Commonwealth Games, opening ceremony.
Brilliant.
Would she say the same thing?
And we had a conversation like this, man, in the car on the way over. You're right. Why do you have to do something in order for somebody to believe in you?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
I believe in me, that's enough.
Aye, like you can see it. I believe in me. For the fact is that you allow yourself to do these things.
I like people who get passionate about what they do, because then I get passionate about what they do.
No privileged.
Yes.
That's the one.
Passionate.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with telling everybody, look, here's my paintings.
Yeah.
If you like my paintings, buy them. If you
I
don't,
did
don't.
struggle with that at the beginning, and then I took off. But then now it's like I'm back to that where
There's going to be people out there who don't like my music.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's not wrong for them.
No.
It's wrong for the people who do like it.
for every one that doesn't like it, there'll be 10 that likes it, innit?
It's the hardest thing is getting it promoted,
Yeah, we've talked about that. It's a bit...
because we don't have the budget like some people have.
Marketing is the one that needs, innit? You're right. Marketing is but we have all these platforms now. But again, they're saturated.
It's still difficult.
Aye, they're saturated.
But Michael said something to me a couple of weeks ago. He says, it takes us for one person in the right place to listen to that right
100%,
song,
man.
and you get that.
100%.
I'm not looking for hundreds of money. I'm not even looking for recognition.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for people
Knowing
to
that
care.
somebody's out there putting it out and believes in it just as much as you believe in
Well,
it.
I've got 4 monthly listeners on my
Aye.
Spotify.
I think
That's 4 more than some people.
I think that's 3 more than me. Spotify's no one that really... Aye. We're
It's
on
difficult.
Spotify, by the way. What's your Spotify? Let's see if we can...
Oh, I can't remember it. It'll be Thomas McCallum.
So where can we find you?
You can find me if you go to my main website, which is thomascmccallum.com.
Cool.
You can contact me there. You can find music, photography, or hundreds of other things.
Excellent. We'll put that in the wee notes at the bottom as well. If you were to give one bit of advice for a creative, because we struggle, like, I'm an artist, but I'm also an author and other things. So I've nailed it down now. I always say I'm an autistic ADHD creative entrepreneur, and it still sounds like a mouthful, but I couldn't definitively squash into that wee box. Oh, that's the bit I left out. That's the only box you'll get me in. That's the only square you'll get James Alexander Gaffney in, unless it's the one you're lowering me down. But that's the only box
That's a different
I want to
story
put in,
altogether.
because people are constantly telling me did tell me what to do. Working the 9 to 5, you need to do that, and I'm like, it's always a suggestion. Please don't tell me what to do. Just give me a
Yeah.
suggestion, man.
As soon as somebody tells me what to do, I'll do the opposite. I always find myself.
Switch off, didn't you?
But if I was going to give somebody a bit of advice,
I went after my wee tangent there.
don't always believe what you think.
Yeah, that's true.
Go out and do what you want to do. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, go and do what you want to
For
do.
yourself. You're right, man. It's like we're all good at telling ourselves these negative things, but we've learned that from somewhere.
Yeah.
Retrain your brain. Like, we were talking about meditation earlier, weren't we? Mm-hmm. Like, meditation was a big part of my recovery, and you reminded me when you said that I haven't done a lot of meditation in the last 6 months, man.
It's difficult. Life can be so dramatic that it can be difficult, but you have to take that time out to think.
Because
Give
you're
yourself
important,
some
man.
peace.
What is it they say? You got to go work on yourself before you work with others.
Absolutely.
100%. That rule always is the one that really, really brings it back for me. Is like, what have you done for yourself today? Instead of going...
Never lose your sense of humour either. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Even if it's dark humour.
So what about you're saying about your Parkinson's, has that held your career back?
No, it's if anything, it's actually sent me forward a bit.
Brilliant.
It sounds crazy, but it's forced me. It's not forced me. It's allowed me. It's allowed me to move further and feel more confident about myself. Although I don't look, because I've got this thing called what they call the mask, where I've not got the facial
Oh, right,
features.
unless you're talking
I
to
can't
somebody,
control.
man.
I can't control my face. I've got a badge here that says I'm no control of my face whenever you talk.
Maybe I need a wee badge like that.
You know,
because
so
I wear the same.
I wear a lanyard that says I have Parkinson's, please give me time. Because
Yeah.
some people don't understand.
No.
And rather than getting a confrontation, you just go like that.
Yeah.
Some people take it, some people go, I don't care.
Aye,
That's
aye.
okay, don't care, move on, I care. But it encouraged me to write better songs, because I then had to learn how to do it without being able to play guitar anymore. Yeah. I'm lucky if I can get half a song out of it, because my horn will just start doing that. So there's no point in giving myself a sore head with that when I can go and learn something else. So keyboard's good for me. MIDI plugins, you can get guitar. My second album's not got a live guitar in it.
Right.
Except for a bass, it's got a live bass in it. It's all wrote with using a plug-in.
It's like, just when you're saying it, you find that it sounds like you got a deeper compassion for yourself.
You have to,
Aye.
because if you don't care about you, how do you expect other people to care about you?
This is true, man. You say about guitar, I've only got one guitar because I've owned many a guitar. I don't play, and whenever I went camping,
Never too late.
I know, but I was about to say, I know, but if I'm telling people that it is never too late to learn, then it isn't. But normally, if I went camping or something, that it would get put in the fire by me or somebody else that didn't like the way I sang. But that's my only guitar, man, and it's lasted long. But guitars and music and writing and all the other bits it wasn't my passion. Mm-hmm. It wasn't something that I sought out today. Mm-hmm. I may not have sacrificed all the guitars because a lot like everybody, I didn't know that until I bought one. And
You don't know until you know.
Exactly. I bought one, I tried, it wasn't for me, and I moved on. And that's what's got me to here is by trial and error.
I'm pretty much
stuff.
the same. There's things I can't do, and I go, that's fine.
Good for you, man. And we were saying earlier about radio station.
Yes, we do a Friday show. It's basically just music and carry on. Me and Michael just take the pee out of each other.
Brilliant. What is it?
It's a Friday lunchtime show on radioparkies.com. We're online. We broadcast live though.
Brilliant.
We'll come to all
So where do you get it online? Is it just on the website?
So if you go to Radio Parkies website, you get a link to listen now.
Because we're normally here on a Friday.
We're on from 12 to 1 o'clock.
12 to 1.
We'll give you a shout out this
we'll
week.
plug yous on, man.
Plug
Friday.
yous.
Before we go, let me stick that in my diary. 12 to 1. I'm usually editing videos, so I'll be sitting there. I'll have a lot of time in my hands on the Friday, 12 to 1.
Well, I'm picking the songs this week, so.
Brilliant. And is it 80s?
No, it's a mixture of everything.
Ah, cool,
some
man.
modern stuff, some 60s, some
I've been
50s.
there, man, with the Great Showman. I'll be like, hey.
Well, we do play that.
Ah, brilliant.
We often play stuff with the choir as well. Yeah. Because there's no point in having a radio station if you can't promote.
Exactly, man.
Because nobody else wants to promote me, then I'll promote me.
There's a boy up in, his name's James as well, and he does I can't mind where it is, but he asked us to come on, but it's like right up at the top of Scotland, and he's always on late at night. His name's James.
It was Cullian FM I got asked to come on.
Because he does.
And it's a way up there, it's a way right up
next to
next
bring a tent. I'm like, tent, man, it's freezing.
We're part of Hill Walking's tenting. No thanks.
I am built for. Hey, you're an interesting character. Before we go, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And we're not going to leave there. We're going to come and see. We've got another podcast which is it's just started. It's called Jagger 80 Who, and it's a wee mini one where we go out and about. Mm-hmm. So thanks for coming through for Glasgow, and we'll return the favour and come
Excellent.
Out and about and come
Can't
back.
guarantee you tea though.
I'll bring my own tea.
But you need to bring your own tea.
Bring my own tea.
Oh, my brother drinks tea. He stays with me.
Right.
He drinks more tea than anybody I've ever known.
I'll bring him a wee.
He went on holiday for 4 days with his girlfriend. And I ended up with 6 litres of milk in the fridge.
Is that how much tea he drinks?
Oh, aye.
That's unreal, man. I don't think I'm that bad.
Oh, he's a Jenny.
I'll bring mine. So I'm going to give you the choice. Do you want to make a phone call, Thomas? Or do you want to reach into the book and read the book out?
Let me think. I'll reach into the book.
Go for it, man.
And I'll go for a pure random one because it'll not be as good as the last one.
That never happened.
Right, so... Right, sometimes doing nothing is doing something. Yes, I would agree with that because sometimes a wee bit of meditation. Mm-hmm. I have my wee thing I do in the morning, you know that? When I usually wake up in the morning, I shuffle like that.
Aye.
because I can't walk really good, and then I'll be shaking.
Let the body.
So I let the body relax by taking the medication, have a cup of coffee, and I've got my chair right next to my window, and I'll look out at the world and the birds flying about and the wee squirrels. I come up to the bin and say hello, and it's nice. It's a nice
man.
wee 15, 20 minutes to calm down.
And that's a great way for anybody to start the day. I think that we can be too busy trying to get everything started, but
It's not at the starting blocks. You can't have that.
And it's like the fact you woke up is the fact you got another day.
That's a positive.
Exactly. And for somebody who lives his life 500 miles an hour, man, I do have to take the days off because I get burned out and I am done.
Well, you need to be honest with yourself and know. Yeah. And you have to forget other people and say, look, sorry, I can't do that today because I need to look after myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you're an interesting, inspirational guy, Thomas. Thanks very much for coming on the show, man. And
it was a pleasure to meet you.
We're not finished yet. But guys, listen up. So, again, these are never a demand. It's always a suggestion. Have a wee think what you're doing with your 24 hours because it is very that. 24 hours, I get it. The world's busy. It's easy to put an excuse in front of you. But is it just as easy to take a wee tiny bit for yourself? 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. And that's it. Give yourself permission. Creatives, non-creatives, whatever. You know, look at this guy here. He knows what he's got. I don't really want to say disability. He's used it to his ability. And that's inspirational. That's what the creatives of the world are doing. There's loads of yous out there. Free yourself, man, and just give yourself the opportunity to try. That's it. See you later. Oh, aye, don't forget to subscribe and stuff and all that, but I always forget. Hit all the buttons. Big love. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you to Thomas for coming along. See you on the next episode.